All right, diving deep into Meta this time, you've got quite the stack here. Their Q2 2024 earnings presentation, the July 31st earnings call transcript, even the follow-up Q&A, and their official press release. Someone's been doing their homework. So, beyond the headlines, what's the mission for today's deep dive?
It's about, connecting the dots. These sources, they paint a picture, right? Not just of their financials, but like Meta's overall strategy, their big gamble on AI, and honestly, how those choices could, well, reshape the digital landscape as we know it.
Okay, color me intrigued. Hit me with the highlights. What really jumped out at you digging through all this?
Honestly, the WhatsApp numbers kind of blew me away. 100 million.
Whoa, 100 million what?
Monthly active users right here in the U.S. We knew it was big globally, but this level of U.S. dominance, that's a game changer.
Because US users equal big bucks for ad revenue, right? That's got to have them excited.
Exactly. Meta's bread and butter. Still advertising. This kind of U.S. growth, it's like striking gold, especially as they navigate this whole AI thing.
Speaking of AI, Zuckerberg did not hold back in that earnings call. AI this, AI that. It's like he wants to sprinkle it on everything.
Well, there's a method to, all the AI hype.
Hmm.
Short term, yeah, it's about smarter ads, better recommendations, all that. But the long game, that's where it gets really, really interesting.
Okay, lay it on me. What's the long game?
They're talking about AI designing ad creatives, like on the fly, personalized for each user. Imagine it's like having a whole marketing team, but all algorithm.
Hold on, I need to catch up. So instead of marketing agencies, it's going to be robot overlords crafting the perfect ad.
Well, in a way, yeah. Meta's vision is that any business, even small ones, will have access to this AI marketing power. No more need for huge marketing budgets. The AI does it all.
Okay, that's a whole other level of, wow, disruption. But this level of AI, we're talking serious computing power, right? Didn't they mention something about like spending a gazillion dollars on infrastructure?
You're not kidding. Capital expenditures, CapEx, through the roof,
Hmm.
especially in 2025. They're talking 10 times the computing power needed for their next AI model, Llama 4,
Yeah.
compared to what they have now.
10 times. That's like going from, I don't know, a bicycle to a spaceship. Sounds like they're willing to break the bank to win this AI race.
Exactly. They're basically saying, look, we'd rather overspend now, have that infrastructure ready, than play catch up later. They're even willing to sacrifice some short-term ad revenue, which is huge, just to free up resources for AI development.
Now that's commitment. Speaking of big bets, remember that whole metaverse thing? For a while there, it seemed like they were all in on people, ditching the real world for VR headsets and virtual reality.
It's funny you mentioned that. While the metaverse hasn't exactly taken off like they hoped, Zuckerberg hasn't given up completely. Actually, he sees AI as the key to, unlocking its true potential.
Wait, really? So instead of replacing the metaverse, AI is like its new best friend.
Exactly. Think about it. AI could be what makes the metaverse truly immersive, engaging. Imagine AI-powered characters that interact with you, almost like real people, but in this digital space.
Okay, I'm starting to see where this is going. But what about the hardware? Aren't those VR headsets still kind of clunky and expensive for the average person?
True, but remember those Ray-Ban Meta glasses, the ones that are actually selling pretty well? They're a stepping stone. Meta's betting on AR, augmented reality, as the more accessible entry point to the metaverse.
AR glasses, AI assistants. It's like they're building the real-life version of Jarvis from Iron Man.
And they're not being subtle about it. Zuckerberg himself talked about their partnership with EssilorLuxottica, the eyewear giant,
Yep.
as key to building future generations of AI-powered glasses.
Future generations, huh? So we're not just talking about replacing your smartphone. We're talking about replacing your computer, your TV, maybe even your whole sofa life with these glasses.
It's a bold vision, no doubt.
Yeah.
And while Meta's clearly leading the charge, they're not the only ones in this race. Every tech company out there is trying to figure out this whole AI thing. But Meta, they seem to be taking a much more aggressive long-term approach.
It's a high-stakes gamble, no question. But if they pull it off, they'll be calling the shots in the digital world for years to come.
Which is exactly why we're doing this deep dive, right? It's not just about understanding their quarterly earnings. It's about understanding the forces shaping the future of how we interact with technology, with each other, with the world around us.
And that future is closer than we think.
Yeah.
So next time you're scrolling through your Facebook feed or liking a picture on Instagram, just remember, you're not just using an app, you're witnessing the early stages of a technological revolution.
A revolution that Meta is determined to lead, one AI-powered ad at a time.
And speaking of AI's impact, it's not just about the shiny new gadgets and metaverse dreams, right? This shift to AI-generated content has some pretty big implications for the human side of things.
That's right. And that's where things get really interesting, even a little unnerving. We'll unpack that side of the story when we come back. It's like, we talk about AI, but it's already here, right? These AI-powered Advantage Plus tools, remember those? Meta keeps mentioning them. Tons of advertisers are using them, especially like smaller businesses, and they're only going to get bigger.
Right. They kind of glossed over those in the earnings call. What are they exactly again?
Think of them as like AI marketing assistants,
Yeah.
automating everything, ads, targeting, all that stuff that used to take like a whole team of marketers. The AI just does it.
So instead of spending hours A/B testing ad copy, you've got an algorithm crunching the numbers. That's either a marketer's dream come true or their worst nightmare.
It's a little bit of both, honestly.
Ugh.
But check this out, Meta. They mentioned this whole study, right? Businesses using these Advantage Plus tools saw something like a 22% higher return on their ad spend. That's huge.
22%. Okay, now I understand why they're going all in on this. But it's not just about, like, making things more efficient, is it? It's about who gets to play the game at all.
You got it. Meta is basically saying, look, anyone can create amazing video ads now. AI does the heavy lifting. Right now, only a fraction of their advertisers use video. Imagine if that changes.
It's like everyone suddenly has their own Hollywood studio. But, for ads, video ads are cool, but AI assistants, the ones living in our phones, right? Zuckerberg was really excited about those, almost like it was the next big thing after mobile.
And he might be onto something. Remember Facebook, before they figured out mobile? Took them a minute, but once they did, boom, mobile was their cash cow. They're hoping for the same with AI assistants.
So we'll all have a little AI buddy in our pocket telling us what to buy, where to go, all powered by, Meta.
Well, they're already seeing some good numbers with Meta AI, especially within WhatsApp, surprisingly enough.
WhatsApp, that's like a messaging app, right? Not exactly the first place that comes to mind for AI domination.
See, that's the thing about Meta. They're sneaky smart. Integrate AI into what people are already using, like WhatsApp, huge global reach. They're all about user adoption first, figure out the money later. Classic move.
Didn't we just see this with Threads? Big hype, big numbers, but we'll see about the profits.
Exactly. But here's the thing about the AI assistant strategy that's even more interesting, even more lucrative potentially.
Yeah.
Business messaging.
Okay, now you've got my attention. Because honestly, most of those chatbot things are terrible, like talking to a brick wall. How is Meta going to be any different?
Imagine this. You need help with, I don't know, your internet's down, right? Instead of waiting on hold for an hour, you message the company, just like texting a friend. Boom, instant, personalized response, problem solved. That's the power of AI, well, AI-powered business messaging, at least.
Okay, I'll admit, that actually sounds pretty amazing. No more fighting with those automated phone systems. But be honest, how realistic is that?
They're already testing it. They're using Llama 3, their newest AI model, to help businesses do all sorts of things like generating leads, answering customer questions, even closing deals. Meta's betting big that this is the future of how we interact with businesses.
It's ambitious, I'll give them that. But if it works, game changer, for sure. But all this talk about AI doing, well, everything, it makes you wonder, right? What happens to all the humans?
The million-dollar question. And it's
Yeah.
something they only kind of touched on in all these documents. He mentioned AI freeing up their engineers to work on higher-level tasks, whatever that means.
Translation. Let the robots do the boring stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But it does make you think, right? If AI makes businesses more efficient, does that mean fewer jobs for, marketers, customer service people, even developers?
Yeah, that's the part they don't put in their investor presentations. All sunshine and roses about AI, but what about the downside?
It's a double-edged sword, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's not just about jobs either. What about creativity? What happens to art, human expression, when it's algorithms making all the decisions?
It's a lot to unpack, right? On the one hand, this incredible potential for AI to make everything easier, better. On the other hand, you got to wonder, what are we giving up in the process?
It's a question we'll all be grappling with as AI becomes more a part of our world.
Yeah.
And nowhere is that more clear than in Meta's vision for the metaverse, right?
It's kind of mind-blowing, right? AI, not just behind the scenes, but like actually inhabiting these metaverse worlds. What's the thinking there?
Well, Meta's hoping AI solves the metaverse's biggest problems, right? Because right now it's clunky. Interactions are weird. Like, why even bother logging in? They think AI fixes that.
So instead of it feeling like you're talking to a robot, you're chatting with, well, I guess, a more convincing robot, but like one that almost feels real.
Exactly. More dynamic. They're already playing around with this in Horizon Worlds, their VR platform. Imagine, like, a virtual meeting, but the AI characters there, they feel real. Or going to a concert, but it's the artist's digital avatar, all powered by AI.
Okay, yeah, that actually sounds way cooler than most of the metaverse stuff I've seen so far. But isn't it still all about those VR headsets? Those are still a tough sell, right? Expensive, kind of clunky.
That's the thing about Meta. They're playing the long game, right? Remember those Ray-Ban glasses,
Yeah.
the ones with the cameras? Those are selling, and those are just the beginning.
So wait, are we saying stylish AR glasses are the future instead of those big headsets?
You got it. Zuckerberg, he specifically mentioned their partnership with EssilorLuxottica, the eyewear giant. They're building the next generation of glasses, but with AI built right in.
Next generation, huh? So this isn't just replacing your smartphone. This is replacing what? Your computer, your TV, maybe even like your friends
It's
eventually.
a bold vision, that's for sure. And look, Meta's not alone, right? Every tech company wants in on this AI future. But Meta, they're going all in. Billions of dollars, infrastructure, research, a whole shebang.
It's like they're building a rocket ship, and they don't care how much fuel they burn to get there first.
And they kind of have to. It's risky, right? They got to convince billions of people this is the future, this meta-powered AI world, and we should all want to live in it.
Risky is an understatement. But hey, high risk, high reward, right?
Exactly. That's what makes this whole thing so fascinating. It's not just about Meta and how much money they make. It's about how this technology changes everything. For better or worse, who knows? But it's going to be a wild ride.
That's for sure. So next time you're scrolling through Facebook or, liking something on Instagram, take a second. Think about it. This isn't just an app, it's a glimpse into the future.
A future that's being written right now, one algorithm at a time. And the crazy part is, companies like Meta, the choices they're making, they're going to affect all of us. So yeah, stay informed, stay curious, and keep asking the tough questions.
Because the internet, our digital lives, maybe even the world as we know it, it's all up for grabs. That's it for Meta's second quarter. Catch us next time for another deep dive where we break down the latest in tech and what it means for you.